Did you know there's a secret Niagara Falls experience hiding in plain sight, and it's right here in the USA? Stick till the end, because I'm about to reveal this incredible side of Niagara that you need to know about. All right, today we are traveling to the Beyonce of waterfalls, the Niagara Falls, the OG, but on the American side. We're keeping it red, white, and blue today. Get ready for a splash-tastic adventure that'll leave you feeling more refreshed than after chugging a gallon of iced tea on a hot summer day. Trust me, you're gonna need that refreshment because we've got a whole lot of ground and water to cover. Ready to blow your socks off, literally, if you stand too close to the falls. Now, you might be thinking, isn't the Canadian side the main side? Sure, the Horseshoe Falls might be mostly on the other side, but don't underestimate the appeal and raw power you can see right here in the States. Each year, this stunning wonder is visited by more than 10 million people, and I'm here to spill all the tea. Or should I say, waterfall mist? Niagara Falls. State Park isn't just your random old park from your grandparents' era. It's actually the oldest state park in the United States. This one's been around since 1885. It probably remembers when folks used horse-drawn carriages to get around. Okay, maybe not that old, but it's the oldest state park in the US, which is still pretty darn cool and gives it this classic, almost timeless vibe. This park is home to the three precious American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and a portion of the Horseshoe Falls, which is mostly on the Canadian side, but we still get a good peek. Getting there. Now, let's talk logistics. How do we actually get there? Now, this depends on where you're coming from. You've got a few options, so let's break it down. If you are coming by air, the closest major airport is Buffalo Niagara International Airport. From there, it takes 30 to 40 minutes to get to Niagara Falls, either by car, taxi, or ride-sharing service. There are also shuttle services which run directly from the airport to hotels in Niagara Falls. Pro tip: sometimes booking a shuttle service right from the airport to your hotel in Niagara Falls can be super convenient and save you a few bucks on parking later. Or, if you're driving your way to Niagara Falls, then it's pretty straightforward too. The state park is well connected by major highways. Just give your GPS Niagara Falls State Park and you're good to go. Parking is available in lots around the park. But during peak tourist season, availability can be limited, and fees may range from $10 to $15 per day for standard vehicles. That's not all. There are lots of bus and/or train companies that offer service to Niagara Falls. The train station is a little farther away from the parks and attractions, so you might need to take a taxi or bus to get there. On buses, you will almost always get dropped off closer to where you want to go. Okay, so now that you've arrived, let's talk about the damage you're going to suffer to see this natural wonder up close. Tickets and pricing? All right, don't worry, Niagara Falls State Park itself is totally free. Yep, you heard me right. You can wander around, gawk at the views, and even get a little misty without reaching for your wallet. Pretty sweet deal, huh? While just being there is pretty cool in itself, but some of the real up-close and personal experiences have their own price tags. So, here's the lowdown on some of the must-do adventures and their approximate costs. Just a friendly heads up though, these prices can wiggle around a bit, so it's always a smart move to peek at the official Niagara Falls State Park website for the very latest scoop. Maid of the Mist Boat Tour. Your Niagara Falls experience would not be complete without a Maid of the Mist boat tour. It's practically a crime if you don't hop on the Maid of the Mist. Seriously, this is a total classic. They've been doing this since way back in 1846, making it one of the granddaddies of North American tourist attractions. You'll jump on a boat that bravely chugs right up to the base of the American and Bridal Veil Falls. And then, hold on tight, because it powers close to the base of the Horseshoe Falls, where you'll be engulfed in mist. Now, let me tell you, you will get wet. They hand out ponchos that are surprisingly effective at keeping you dry, but you'll still feel the mist. Expect to cough up around $30.25 for us grown-ups, and $19.75 for the kiddos, ages 6 to 12. Little ankle biters aged 5 and under, they ride for free with a paying adult. Cave of the Winds. Forget just standing back and going, "Ooh, pretty waterfall." At the Cave of the Winds, you actually get to get down and, well, soaked. You'll take an elevator plunging 175 feet down into the Niagara Gorge. It feels like you're entering a secret watery world. Then, you'll walk along this cool series of walkways that get you ridiculously close to the bottom of the Bridal Veil Falls. But the real kicker? The hurricane deck. Man, oh man. Standing there, you feel the full force of the water. It's like being stuck in a never-ending, super intense rain shower. Seriously exhilarating, a little bit like whoa, and kinda like a wet roller coaster ride. Tickets usually hover around $21 for adults and $17 for the youngins, ages 6 to 12. And again, the tiny humans aged 5 and under get in free with a grown-up. Journey behind the falls, the Canadian side, just FYI. All right. I know we're all about the US side today, but this experience over in Canada is just too iconic not to mention. If you've got your passport handy, seriously consider this one. You'll hop in an elevator that goes way down into tunnels that lead to these awesome observation decks, right behind the curtain of the Horseshoe Falls. The rumble you feel in your chest and the view of all that water thundering past is just insane. Prices are usually around $29 Canadian for adults, ages 13 plus, and $19 Canadian for kids, ages 3 to 12. Just remember that passport. Also, expect a little waiting time, especially when it's super busy. Those tunnels can get a little crowded, and the outdoor decks can be slippery, so watch your step. Oh, and yeah, protect your phone and camera from all that mist. Niagara Falls Trolley. These bright green trolleys circulate throughout the park, making stops at all the major viewpoints and attractions. You can grab a day pass and hop on and off as much as you like. It's a lifesaver for getting around, giving your feet a rest, and easily moving from one cool spot to the next. Plus, the drivers often share little tidbits and stories about the park as you ride, which is a nice bonus. A day pass will usually set you back around $5 for the grown-ups and $3 for the kids. Seriously, it's cheaper than your morning coffee and way more useful for seeing the park. Grab a map of the route when you get your pass and keep an eye on the operating times, especially if you're planning on using it later in the day. Niagara Adventure Theater. If you want to give your brain a little workout and learn about the history and how the falls were formed without actually falling asleep, check out the Niagara Adventure Theater. They show this really informative movie on a giant screen. The sound and visuals are so immersive, it really feels like you're right there in the middle of all the action. It's a cool way to learn something new and be entertained at the same time. Tickets are usually around $15 for adults and $12 for the kiddos. Aquarium of Niagara. Who says waterfalls are the only water-based fun around? Just a short walk from the park, you'll find the Aquarium of Niagara, and it's packed with all sorts of cool underwater critters. Forget the roaring falls for a bit and check out penguins, sea lions, sharks, the whole gang. It's a great place to take a breather from all the rushing water and just chill with some quieter aquatic life. You can wander through the exhibits, see playful penguins doing their thing, watch seals showing off, and even get a little wide-eyed at the sharks. They often have interactive stuff and feeding times, which are always fun. Tickets are usually around $25 for adults and $18 for the little ones. All right, you've got a good idea of what the ticket situation looks like. Now, let's talk about what you're actually gonna do once you're there. Buckle up because there's way more to Niagara Falls than just standing and staring. Here are some must-do activities to really make your trip unforgettable. Terrapin Point. Okay, So you've been in the water and next to the water, but sometimes you just want to chill and properly gawk at the Horseshoe Falls in all its massive glory. That's where Terrapin Point comes in, my friend. It's right at the edge of Goat Island, and the views? Seriously unreal. You can practically feel the ground rumbling from all that water power. And when the sun starts to go down, golden hour hits those falls, and it's pure magic. Seriously. Your Insta will thank you for this pit stop. Located on the western tip of Goat Island, Terrapin Point offers some of the most breathtaking views of the mighty Horseshoe Falls. You can practically feel the earth vibrating beneath your feet from the sheer power of the water. It's especially magical as the sun begins to set, casting a golden glow on the water and the surroundings. Trust me, your Instagram feed will love this stop. Rainbow Bridge. Ever wanted to be in two places at once? Well, the Rainbow Bridge offers this unique opportunity to stroll between the United States and Canada. Just the thought of casually walking into Canada is making me giddy. You can drive over, sure, but walking, that's where the real views are. You get these awesome shots of all three waterfalls, the American, the Bridal Veil, and the big ol' Horseshoe. Just a heads up, if you actually want to enter Canada, you'll need your passport. Think of it as a mini international trip. There's a small toll for walking, but honestly, the view is worth way more than a couple of bucks. Goat Island. Don't let the name fool ya. No actual goats running wild, sadly maybe. But Goat Island is this surprisingly peaceful little spot right in the middle of the Niagara River, like a green break between all the crazy water action. It's got these nice walking paths, lots of green to just wander through, and different spots to check out the falls from different angles. You gotta see the Three Sisters Islands. They're these cute little islands connected by little bridges. You get a really close-up feel for the rapids there. If you've got the time, renting a bike on the island is a great way to see more without killing your feet. And packing a picnic? Winner. There are tons of nice spots to just sit and enjoy the view. Keep an eye out for squirrels and birds and stuff. It's a much more laid back and way less crowded than the other spots. Hike the Niagara Gorge Trail System. Alright, adventure seekers, this one's for you. The Niagara Gorge Trail System, starting near the Niagara Gorge Trailhead Center, is where it's at for some good hiking and biking. You can actually hike down into the gorge, which gives you this totally different, often way more dramatic, look at the falls and the river. Just a really important tip, wear decent shoes. Flip-flops and rocky trails are a super bad combo, and maybe check the trail conditions before you go just to be safe. All the good stuff comes with a little effort, right? There are multiple trails to choose from. Choose a trail that matches your fitness level. Wear sturdy hiking shoes with good traction and bring water and snacks. Hike with a buddy if possible. See the falls illuminated at night. Just when you think you've seen it all, wait till night hits and they turn on the lights. It's a whole different vibe than daytime. They illuminate the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and part of the Horseshoe in all these different colors. Definitely check what time they turn them on, because it changes with the sunset. Make sure you secure a good spot along the Niagara Parkway or in the park. It can get a bit crowded when it's busy. And just get ready to be wowed. It's a perfect way to finish off your day. Catch the fireworks display. If you happen to be there in the summer or on some holidays, you might get lucky and see fireworks over the falls. Watching all those colors explode in the sky with illuminated water at the back feels like a scene straight out of Disney. It's like the ultimate grand finale to your trip. Definitely look up the schedule beforehand and get there a bit early to snag a good viewing spot. Be prepared for a few more people than usual on those nights. Prospect Point Observation Tower. To really soak in those views of the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and the Niagara River, you've got to check out the Niagara Falls Observation Tower. It sticks right out over the Niagara Gorge, so you get this awesome high-up look. Seriously, the way it shows off the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and that Niagara River Gorge is something else. If you're into taking pictures or Just want to get a feel for how everything's laid out, it's perfect. And try to go either first thing in the morning or later in the day. That way, you miss the biggest groups of people. And I repeat, don't forget your camera. Trust me, go when it's less busy. You'll be so glad you brought your camera. Niagara Falls State Park Visitor Center. This is the perfect place to kick off your adventure. You can snag maps, learn about the park's fascinating history and geology, and most importantly, find the restrooms. Trust me, you might need them. Now that we've covered all the splashy, adrenaline-pumping, Insta-worthy stuff, let's talk tips and tricks, because nothing kills the vibe like sore feet, hanger, or missing the last boat tour. Here's how to make your trip smooth and mostly stress-free. Whoa, we've covered a ton already, haven't we? But trust me, we're not done yet. There's still more insider info and must-know tips coming your way to make your Niagara Falls trip absolutely seamless. Hey, if you're finding this guide helpful so far, do me a solid and give that like button a tap. It helps other travel junkies like you find this video. And while you're at it, are you team Maid of the Mist or team Cave of the Winds? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Alright, let's dive back into more essential tips because nothing kills the vibe like sore feet, hanger, or missing the last boat tour. Here's how to make your trip smooth and mostly stress-free. Best time to visit. Timing can make or break your experience, unless you like crowds. The most popular time to visit is from late spring to early fall, when the weather's warm and all the attractions are open. But heads up, that also means bigger crowds and pricier hotels. If you're after a quieter experience, try going in early spring or fall. Still lovely weather, just fewer people. Winter can be beautiful with frozen landscapes, but some outdoor attractions might be closed or have limited hours. What to wear? Comfortable walking shoes are a must. You'll be doing a ton of walking, so ditch the stilettos unless you're planning on being carried everywhere. Not recommended. Dress in layers as the weather can change, and you might feel colder near the water. If you're planning on doing the Maid of the Mist or Cave of the Winds, be prepared to get wet even with the provided ponchos. Where to stay? Niagara Falls, New York has a plethora of places to rest your weary head that suit pretty much every budget, from fancy hotels with fancy pillows and incredible views to cozy and convenient vacation rentals. Consider staying within walking distance of the park for ultimate convenience, allowing you to easily stroll to the attractions without worrying about parking. Where to eat? You'll find all sorts of grub in Niagara Falls, from quick bites to fancy feasts. There are also lovely picnic areas in the park if you want to pack your own snacks and pretend you're on a sophisticated outdoor picnic, even if your sandwich is just peanut butter and jelly. Accessibility. Niagara Falls State Park is generally accessible with paved pathways and ramps. The Maid of the Mist boats and the Cave of the Winds elevator are also wheelchair friendly. Check the park's website for all the nitty-gritty accessibility details. Safety. Be aware of your surroundings, especially near the water. Stick to the marked paths and viewing areas. Those rocks can be slippery devils, so wear sensible shoes and keep a close eye on the little ones. We want epic memories, not emergency room visits. Plan your day? With so much to see and do, a little planning goes a long way, especially during peak season. Check opening hours and ticket availability for the attractions you're eyeing. Often, buying tickets online in advance can help you save time that could be spent enjoying the beautiful falls instead of waiting in line. Consider creating a rough itinerary to guarantee you don't miss anything on your must-see list. We've covered everything from getting there and the must-do attractions to essential tips for a smooth and unforgettable visit to the Niagara Falls. I hope this ultimate guide has gotten you super excited and well prepared to experience. So, what are you waiting for? Start planning a trip that'll stick with you like that one catchy song you can't get out of your head. And hey, If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps this channel reach more awesome travelers like you. And if you want to stay in the loop for more epic travel guides and tips, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure.